What is up guys, Ben here, and welcome back to a new video. My today to have you is going to be my first ever FIFA 16 video. It is of course on the demo, and what it's going to be is it's going to be a quick look at the Manchester City ratings. We're not going to play any games, not in this one. What we'll be doing is we'll just be having a look at what each player is rated. I will then give my thoughts and opinions on whether they should be rated higher or lower, and then you can let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments down below. But anyway guys, before we get into it, let me just say sorry I haven't uploaded in like 2.5, 3 weeks, whatever. It's been a pretty mad couple of weeks, but now I've got a little bit more time off work. We're going to get down into the uploads a little bit more. So, we're going to start with Raheem Sterling. It says here he's rated 81 when we know that the what was released he's rated 82, so it's a little bit, there's a few discrepancies, should I say, between the ratings that they're given here and the ratings that they have on the actual game. I think Raheem Sterling, that rating for Raheem Sterling is fairly, you know, accurate and quite rare, to be honest with you. He's not an outstanding player, you know, he's got a lot of potential, like I said, but if he it's one of those annoying ones, you know. If he can knuckle down, play some football, not moan, just get on with the manager, get on with the team, he can be an absolutely world-class player. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time for him to get there, but I think he can. I think he can do it. Moving on into Sergio Aguero, he is rated 87 on here, and in the actual game he's going to be rated 87. I think this is harsh, to be honest with you. You know, when you've got the likes of Luis Suarez, who's rated 90, yeah, Luis Suarez is absolutely fantastic, don't get me wrong. He is better than Aguero, I think. But a 3 ratings difference. He's rated 87, Aguero is. Mesut Ozil is rated 87. Do you really think that Mesut Ozil is as good as Sergio Aguero? I don't, but there we are. Going to move on. Jesus Navas. Now, Navas is actually rated 81. I think an 80 would have been more fair, to be honest with you. Navas is good when he's on form. When he's not on form, he isn't that good. You know, he can be good, he can be bad. He's very inconsistent, is what I'm trying to say. So I think they've been a little bit too fair towards him, I think. Moving on to Yaya Toure, 85. I think this is horrible. You know, this is absolutely disgusting. The fact that he can be rated 85 and Mesut Ozil can be rated 87. Yes, I'm going to quote back to Mesut Ozil a lot, because Mesut Ozil is not as good as Yaya Toure. It is as simple as that. If Ozil's an 87, Yaya's a 90. Simple. Going to move on before I get into too much of a rant about that. And we have Fernando. Fernando's 9, I think he's rated in the actual game. A little bit of a dodgy one. Should he be rated 79? He's a hard tackler, decent pass for the ball, not that fast. Maybe a 79 is a little bit fair, a little bit harsh, but could be considered as fair. Silva's actually rated 88 in the game, I believe, and I think that's, yeah, I suppose that's fair. An 88, you know, it's very high rated. The guy's a magician on the ball, don't get me wrong, he's absolutely fantastic. So pretty much all I need to say about him. Moving on into Alexander Kolarov, they say here he's rated 77, he's actually rated 79. I think they've been a little bit harsh on the pace, you know, 68 pace, it's a little bit harsh I think, but the overall rating, I would say that's about right, to be honest with you. Eliaquim Mangala, he's actually rated 80 in the game. He's had an upgrade from last year, which is surprising. Maybe he had a bad season last year, but he started off the season absolutely on phenomenal form, so can't really complain too much. Also on the side note, we have Otamendi here as well, who's rated 84. The guy's got some incredible stats. He is definitely going to be my starting centre-back in my Manchester City team. Brilliant player. 84 I think is about fair. I haven't seen too much of him, to be fair, but I think it's about right. Moving on to Vincent Kompany, 85. Again, about right. You know, he had a poor season last year. A little bit of a liability, if I'm honest with you. But this season he's picked his game up and he's come back better than ever, which is absolutely fantastic. So, you know, can't really complain too much. And then Zabaleta in at right back. He's actually rated 82 in the game. And, you know, again, a little bit harsh possibly. Probably one of the world's best right backs at the minute. I'm not going to say he is the world's best, but he's definitely top 5, probably top 3 to be honest with you. So yeah, you know, it could be a little bit harsh, but you know, just depends what kind of view you're looking at it from. Now this is my biggest gripe out of the whole team. Joe Hart, 83. I'm not going to sit here and argue that De Gea isn't a great goalkeeper, because he is. But Joe Hart has won the Golden Glove definitely 2 years in a row, possibly 3 years in a row. How is he 3 ratings lower than Thibaut Courtois, than David De Gea? You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. He's 2 ratings lower than bloody Petr Cech, for God's sake, and Cech didn't play last year. So how the hell did they get that one? I have no idea. As you can see, I'm not really going to go into too much discussion about these guys on the bench. Obviously, Pozo's gone. Roberts has come in. Delph 77, a little bit harsh, I think, maybe a 79, maybe an 80 rated player, and I think that's the only one I have a gripe with, really. Apart from maybe Fernandinho, he could be an 82, but, you know, it's only one player, so, you know, it's not really end of the world. And obviously we have Kevin De Bruyne in there as well, who's rated 86. Again, could be seen as a little bit harsh, but again, 86 is quite a high rating for a player, so I'm not going to complain too much about that one. But anyway, guys, that is my thoughts, sorry, if I can actually speak my native language. That's not what I meant to say. Anyway, that sounded weird. We're going to move on from that pretty quickly. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to comment and subscribe. We are going to be getting some gameplay out tomorrow. Probably going to be doing the same sort of thing as what I did last year. I'll use the worst side in the demo, which I'll have a look now. Inter Milan's 4.5. I'll probably be using Seattle Sounders or River Plate. Probably use River Plate, to be fair, because Seattle Sounders have a few AP players. Yes, we'll be using River Plate. We're trying to beat every one of the other teams on Legendary. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Goodbye.